Hey, I'm Gary Striegel, and I want to share with you a really cool cabinet detail. And this is basically just an S-curve, but this is a pattern that I've made. What I did is I think I took, I don't know, a soda can or something. You just lay it on top, you trace this part, and then you move, like the can sits right here, you trace this part, then you move the can over there and trace that part, and you got an S-curve. I chose a can that had the radius that I could sand on a sander that I've got. You know, lots of sanders have kind of a radius, so that makes it nice to be able to do that. But once I've got this pattern, I really don't have to worry about getting things smooth again. This is an example of like a toe kick detail. These go on the bottom of a cabinet, and I've started jigsawing pretty close over here. all I gotta do is just jigsaw close. Don't have to be perfect, because I never do perfect with a jigsaw. I'm trying to leave maybe about a 1/16 to clean up. So I've got two different layouts here. This one would be the layout I would use if I was going to attach this to a face frame member and just kind of make it part of the face frame. This other one, I've got more width here, like if I was going to miter that around and basically make it like a baseboard. But anyway, what I want to do now is I'm going to tack this on here with headless pins pretty close to where I need to be. I'm just going to flush trim with a flush trim router bit. Okay, this is my router bit. Again, the bearing is going to run on this pattern, and so all this material should go away when I run the bearing on the pattern. Okay, so that's one side. Now I'm going to pry this off and do the other side just so you can see what the other part looks like. Just make sure I break these headless pins off. But again, that's one side. This would be like if I was going to put it over the outside for this side. As long as that pattern is smooth, I don't have to worry about how smooth I get this. I mean, I might lightly hand sand it. Okay. All the headless pins. So, again, if I was building a cabinet and I wanted this to be part of the face frame, I just pocket screw that on there and it'd be part of the face frame. There's one headless pin still in there. This actually is probably a better demonstration. If I was going to make this part of the face frame, I'd probably have about 1.5 to 2 inch piece there, and I just put it like that. Now, on this other side, I'm going to turn this around real quick and make a mitered cut. So in this example, imagine that this is the face frame, and so you just miter it around the face frame. It'd probably be more like this actually. So if that was the face frame, you just miter this around the face frame, it'd become like a baseboard detail. Anyway, but the secret is once you make a pattern, hang on to that pattern, and you can create very accurate S-curve pieces for all kinds of details just using that pattern and a flush trim router bit.